Okay, is it no? Now the camera disappeared again. What the heck? I'm so sorry, guys. I had it all figured out. I made sure I tested everything last night. Everything was working, and now it's like, mm, let's stop the camera again. Close the app. Open this. Open this. I'm so confused. It's just not showing anything. Like, you guys can't see anything, right? Deactivate. Activate. Okay, we're gonna go with it. We're going with it. It's so because I only have like the devices that I have, right? I I'm trying this app called Droid Cam, and when it works well. The picture's actually pretty decent, and I can just use my Wi-Fi device to stream. So that's great. The problem is that for some reason, every once in a while, even though I'm in OBS, it like opens somewhere else. So then I can't figure out what's going on. Do you guys hear an echo? Yay! Okay, it's working for you then. I just, yeah, and see, like, I'm supposed to have all my windows on this side, but this side is the one that's showing. So I guess we're doing that. And I muted everything that is not my headphones. So allegedly, no echo this time. I even went into like the back end and was like, nothing else can talk to you. Okay, now that it's working, I can actually do it. Oh God, I'm half an hour late. I mean, are we really surprised? Probably not as surprised as we should be. How's everybody doing this morning? Oh, cool. Okay. Well, to be fair, it was supposed to be at 11:15, and that was half an hour ago. Okay, so let's put this here. Oh, damn it. So it doesn't make parachment. Okay. Can you still see me? Is it still working? Because the first time I turned it around is where all the bad weirdness came from. I was trying to use my microphone so I can get rid of the ambient sounds, but I can't. So this is where we at. Okay, unfortunately for you, chick, yours grew a lot more, but then my birds were like, that looks delicious. So we have a few less in the cluster. See if I can turn it around if I remember how to do it. So we have a few less in the cluster. There used to be 8 here. You can see where I tried to rescue it from them. Clearly didn't happen. No, a whole bunch that grew around here, but because they can perch on the side, they just went at it. They're gone. So I think what I'm gonna, and you can even see one left right here. Got a little stem right there too. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put more basil seeds on top because you got cheated. It did go for a good cause. It's really good for them. Oh, the other, and then I ended up closing the window. Let me put up, I want to put up the post, and I need to get the stuff done today. I ended up not having it any time this weekend with everything that happened. Okay, then what does that look like? Whoop, that's not what I wanted. Okay, maybe? What's happening? It resized everything when I did that. I swear to God, man. I just wanted to fit in the window, not asking for a lot. That way people know what it is. Because that was the question I got last time about what it was. Okay. And I'm always trying to get them to eat sprouts, right? Like, because you're supposed to do microgreens, which is how this whole thing started a few years back. But they decided, no, I don't want to eat that. But you're really interested in those. So I guess that's what we're going for. They also got Lulu's cilantro. I tried to post them up, but I think it's too late. I don't think the cilantro is going to grow. And somehow mold got right there. And I'm not sure what's going on with that. Moses is the one that's doing the best. All of his are growing, and they've all got stalks. Even this one even grew overnight. And they need to put a chopstick in place, start trellising it out. How was your weekend, Chick? What did you do? How beautiful that's looking. These ones I can probably do it from this side. Oh, yeah, these ones I can do from this side. I have a lot of green beans. I'm gonna have 12 plants of green beans. The only thing is, I'm afraid to take this off, but it hasn't come off on its own. I'm worried that I'm gonna break something and rot the stem. So I'm just gonna give it another week and see what's going on. Look how beautiful those look, though. Oh yeah, I have discovered the only way I can functionally grow anything is if it's not what I'm focusing on. I can grow it for the parrots because it's parrots. I can't grow food to grow food. So I'm hoping that when I start growing the stuff up north, because I'm going to do it for the deer and the animals and stuff this first year, that I'll be able to grow something that someone else can use. It'd be like that. So, what is on? Like something on in the other room or something. I'm just gonna mute everything. I am too. Hey, Sand. How are you this morning? I cannot wait to be there, but like I said, it's been 8 months of just trying to get the bathroom functional. We bought all this stuff early in the year. We had a plumber that flaked out on us. Then our handyman started digging in there and was like, I'm out. And I mean, it's taken 3 years to get a professional plumber up there to address the problems that need to be addressed. Because there's stuff that I don't have the strength to do. I can't pull some of that stuff out of the ground. I'm not sure what I'm looking for. There's only so much YouTube you can watch. I mean, watching YouTube got me the seized plumber out, but there there was the water wasn't staying in the pipes. The electricity wasn't staying in the wires. Like we just could not get it going. And we got the stuff working just before Christmas. And then I'm not I'm not sure if it froze first and then caused problems or if it caused problems which caused the freezing. But yesterday I saw because the water is draining out of the duck pond, but there's a pipe in there and it's going towards the gray water system. So what I think happened is that it's been freezing and then um, melting and just going slowly into that pipe because that was not exposed at the beginning of the season. So I think it was putting near freezing water into the septic tank, and we didn't have a heater right next to the pipe in the bathroom. We had it going to near the water heater, um, between that and the kitchen to try and get the best of both worlds. But it turns out most of the problem is that pipe between the toilet and the bathtub. And I think when the bathtub couldn't drain because it goes water heater, sink, kitchen, toilet, bathtub out. Um, I think once it started freezing out there, it caused the backup because it couldn't get out. And I think it's just compacted everything along that line. We couldn't even use the kitchen sink last time. We were doing washing our hands and everything into a bucket. Hey, full throttle. So I'm hoping that the septic tank hasn't cracked because that septic tank was put in under some interesting conditions back in the late 70s when all of that plumbing was done. There wasn't plumbing originally in the house. It was done as part of the make this into a full house expansion. Oh, yeah. And you know how it is. Once you find one thing, there's always something else. And there's always going to be something to do. And that's not a problem. But it's going to be very hard to stay up there if there's no one running water. I can deal with not showering for a couple of days or having to take a yay olde bath. That doesn't bother me. But not being able to wash my hands is going to be a problem. How close to the border are you, Sand? Because I'm only an hour and a half away from Colorado. Pagosa Springs is the closest major town to me. Thank you, Full Throttle. Are you having a good day? How was your weekend? Makes it easier on my eyes because I always do everything in dark mode and the white text just eats at me. Are you pretty close to Pagosa Springs? Mom, baby? You okay, Titus? He saw himself on a camera and freaked out. Yep. And the thing is, and I think I've said this before, but I don't know if you were there when I said it. Say good morning, Debbie. Was that? Was that? Um, they lived there for free. The only condition was they didn't let it deteriorate. That was it. He was on his sheriff's pension. He had another job. He ran a shop slash junkyard out of the house. She was on her teacher's pension doing the double dip. They had five sources of income. And the horrible condition of that house doesn't even reflect one. They left knowing that the pipe was seized, or the plumber was seized, because when I pulled it out, there was like 4 inches of dog hair on top of it. So it had been having problems and flushing up and staying there for some time before they left. Morning, Mr. Russian. How are you? I'm doing all right. And you? How was your weekend? Did you win yesterday? Yes. I'm doing the update. I was just letting Chick know that because I didn't do an update last week like I was supposed to, so I thought I'd do a live stream for it. Poor Chicks got nabbed. She had a cluster of 8 original ones, and then they started growing all the way around. But then my birds were like, you know what looks tasty? I'm gonna eat that. So they eat like the majority of it. Can't get them to eat their microgreens, but because I'm playing with these ones, I can't have them. And then Lulu, I feel so bad because I got Lulu's too. I had put a bunch of the cilantro seeds in along with her stuff, and she had 9 originals, and I put some extra seeds in there, and then my birds just were like, "Those look like the other ones." So I don't know if hers are gonna make it. I'm gonna be honest. And but the ones that are doing the best are the ones for uh, Mozambique Pharma, Mo's Pharma. His beans are looking phenomenal, and even you can see where I had to repair them. The bird landed on them, and it wasn't hardy enough to catch the stalk, so they bent over. I taped it, Buddy taped it to a chopstick. They came right back. All 12 of his came through. So I'm gonna have a lot of green beans later. And this one, after I watered it when I came in last night, you can see how much more it grew over the other ones. So I need to start trellising this up because they are pole beans. So I ain't trying to sabotage them. Yeah, no, I mean, truly, it went directly to a cause. They didn't get smashed, they didn't get thrown away, mold didn't get them. They went straight to a good cause. The other stuff, I started planting some of the other seeds so I could get them started for the season upcoming because I wanted to know if there was some other stuff I was going to have to do. They're doing mixed results. Let me grab the thing so I can tell you what's what. I just grabbed it and then I set it right here. Okay. Okay. This one goes to this one. This one goes to this one. This one is this one. Yes. Okay. So we're so far 0 for 12 on the lavender. Hey JC, how are you? Lavender's this first one. We are 2 crushed sprouts. I don't know if you can see it. 2 crushed sprouts for the cayenne peppers because the birds were walking all over it. They did eat like 3 of them last week, so I replanted those. But if they do grow, might get some cayenne. How was your weekend? Hey Charlie, how are you? Time is this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We got 12 for 20. Not bad. Especially because if that grows, I can always grow it through cuttings. I only need a few plants. Dill, one bolt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 for 12. Not bad. What's the matter, baby? Come here. Come here, my sweetness. It's okay. Girl. And then sage, 1 for 12. And then the Alaska peas, the ones that are all like, I don't know, they're like chunky. I'm so interested to see what they taste like. We're at 12 for 12. Two of them are just starting to sprout, but we got 12 for 12. Oops. Let's see if that's a better image. You can see the dill is so faint. And it bolted the day before yesterday, so I don't know if I'll make it all the way through, but we can hope. Yeah, and having a morning, JC. I'm so sorry. Oh, good. You had a productive weekend. That's probably why you're feeling alive today. If you're anything like me, the better the weekend, the worse the Monday. Okay, so we're at complete zero for the parsley. I don't know if it's gonna grow. This is a box from like 2 years ago that I found, so it may have lost the seeds, or all the seeds may have gone to the side that I didn't put face up. So we'll see. I don't think it's gonna do anything because it's been about 3 weeks now. I feel like I should have had at least one sprout. I need to transplant these today. Whoop! Knock everything over, it's fine. Oh. And I like doing them in those egg cartons because I can sterilize them very easy. I've never had a mold problem. I mean, you're bad. Oh yeah, no, you're fine. Okay, so this is the other one I planted. Cat hair in it. Okay. And you can see there's a lot more growth in this one. I don't know if it's because during the rotation it always ended up on the bottom more, but much more has grown. Um, so far, only the red Swiss chard is growing on the outside. It's just the two sprouts, nothing else. And then, oop, Next is the jalapenos. No sprouts yet, but they were closest to the sun, so I don't know if I just deprived it of too much dark. And then regular American peas, allegedly. Little Marvel, sorry. American Seed, I keep forgetting is the brand. It's just those ones you get at Dollar Tree. Got one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, potentially 10 out of 12. Not bad. And then parsley, one whole one. Spinach for my spinaccio parrots who are supposed to be getting some vitamin K, and this is the only one they'll eat. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. That's a bleeder over. 7 out of 12 ain't bad. Always technically very tempted to make a calendar. Everyone, people get 30 minutes, some get one. Yeah, I don't blame you. I I would love it if we had like a group so that we could, I don't want to call it snitch, but snitch on the people who are not actually participating, and then that way we have a list, go down the line of boom, 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 boom. These are the people that regularly engage, comment, etc. But that feels like such a weird thing to do. Okay, and the last one is lettuce. And you can see that the birds got a hold of this one this morning. I opened it up to check on it, and they were trying to eat the peas in their defense. But I don't think those are gonna make it. We got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 out of 12. I'll take it. So we might have some extra seeds in there that we can do something with. Morning, Tweety. How are you? I don't get anybody's notifications. I went back because I wasn't getting MRs or Callies after 2 weeks ago. And so last week I was going through and unsubbing people who, even though I was commenting and stuff, weren't coming uh, to reciprocate. Like once in 4 weeks, I feel is not a huge ask. Um, and so you may have seen I unsubbed and resubbed to a lot of channels because I wasn't getting anybody's notifications, and everybody was getting stuff every day or putting out stuff just about every day. So I figure I moved everything to a Word document so I can just copy their handle to give them the search metric, and then that way when I watch it, they get that metric, and then the comment metric too. That way they get 3 points of engagement. Oh, you know what? It's none of my business. I don't care. Trying to make it my business, but it ain't my business. Okay, and then here's the big one. I did end up buying one of the plastic ones because this one looks like it'll be fairly easy to sterilize for next year. I had one from a few years ago, but I don't know where it is. But I did not do a good enough job of sterilizing it because there are places that did catch mold last week, and I'm sure it's consumed their sprouts. Hey, Throttle, you and Tweety, I think, joined the channel after I started this project, but I have a post on my community page. If you want to pick a seed, you can adopt one of these, and then my goal is to have a video for each person's seeds, and then I want to take them and plant them up north once the what do you call it? Once the weather becomes permissive. I do. I have the bell turned on for all notifications because I'm always worried, especially since I have so many people that are so good about coming back at least 3 times a week. I want to make sure that I'm reciprocating. So I was going off the notifications and then I stopped getting notifications. So I I go through in the morning or the night before to start playing in the morning, add everybody's thing, and then I order them according to um, how much time it takes. So if the only new one is like 12 hours long, I'm gonna probably play it on 4 times speed. And then the people that have like 1 or 2 minute videos, I lower that speed down way, way a lot so they get more time for what they have. And if it's like a really short video, I'll put it in more than once just out of fairness. And then I order them according to the amount of time I'm expecting it to take in the queue. That way, when it because sometimes I do have problems and it just craps out. I know where I was. I can go into my history and then just go click, 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 and be done. That's that's the current operating system. It takes a couple of hours, but I think it's fair. I think it's more fair than me just relying on hope and faith that YouTube's gonna work well. Filter for the live. Yeah, I try to start with the lives, so when I check the computer or phone, whatever I have access to throughout the day. Um, I go to the subs page, and if somebody's lives are there, instead of playing their video, I might do their live instead. But I try to give everybody at least 10 minutes a day. Give them that, especially since there's a lot of people that they have videos that I'm very behind on. That's the goal anyway. And then, of course, with lives, I can just leave those running in the background. So I just go through and I leave it on. And then when that one ends, I go to the next one. Unless I know somebody's just going to end pretty soon, then I'll do that one first. Like Steph, I know she's going to be on for 12 hours at a stretch. So I know I can go back to hers. Oops. That's not what I meant to do. 'Whoop. 'Cause I meant to do. Whoop. 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 'Cause I me Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is basil heavy. I need a system. Do you want me to share you what I have, chicken? I can send it to Uncle Bob. He already has my email. He was trying to help me last night, and he's as confused as I am. I was sending him all kinds of screenshots of my metrics and stuff, and he was like, I have no idea what's happening. Okay, so this first one up here is basil that was supposed to be in a pot, but I put it in here. 1, 2, 3 for 12. Yeah, there's a lot of people that I feel that I interact with, and they, like I said, they at least try to come back 3 times a week, and I'll take that. I'm not that I can be afford to be picky, but I appreciate, especially when channels are larger and they got larger responsibilities, that they even try. But I see a lot of small channels that I subbed to them 6 weeks ago, and I haven't seen them since. So I try not to. I try to reciprocate that as well. Okay, and then we got. Oh, this was the sweet basil. No, this is. Yeah, that is that one. Then we got the Genovese basil. That's the pesto basil. 3, 4, 5. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I see it or am I tricking myself? Okay, yeah, it's on this 5. So 5 for 12. Hey, you got Uncle Bob. You don't got to be great at it. He's phenomenal at this. And JC, she did a video that I haven't had a chance to sit down and watch. I played it in the background, but I didn't get to sit down and watch it. She did a live stream the other day for strategies on how to do this kind of stuff. Okay, sweet Italian basil. I don't see anything. Might need to replant that one. If I recall correctly, this is one of the ones that. Oh, wait. We got one. This is one of the ones that I had to chopstick some mold out of. And then we got kale. I love kale so much. I'm looking forward to making that soup later this year. Hey, Traito, good morning. How are you? The hawk has been flying by. You can tell that you can tell that, what do you call it? You can tell that the prey has not been around as much as it needs to be because they've been at my windows trying to get my baby. Okay, for some reason it's not charging out of this cord. Let me change the charger before the camera gives out. We've already used 30% of battery. Have you ever used Droid Cam, JC? Deactivate. Activate. Okay. Okay. I think, I mean, the technological genius that I am anyway, I think I keep messing something up. Like when I set it down on the other side, it went away, so that it took me like half an hour to fix it. I don't know. I'm very smart. I'm very, very smart. Big brain. Okay, this is kale. What do you mean, meow? Make sure power saving is on. Oh, it charges. Okay, then we got regular lettuce, but you can see the parrots got that earlier. And I think there was like a ton of them before I left. I think the cats ate them while I was gone. There was a bunch, but they're all, whoops, what did I do? They're all stringy and dried out, the ones that are left. And I left everything moist because this tray does have a drip pan underneath. So I filled it up an inch before I left, and it wasn't super hot, so it shouldn't have lost all the moisture. And then we got marigold. We got two onion. I've never done it from seed, but we'll see how it goes. White Lisbon. I did that one for my grandma because she's from Portugal. I thought it'd go good in her soup. These are Alex's pumpkin. He said he liked growing pumpkins, so I thought of him when I planted them. Only one so far. I only did one seed in each because I'm not sure if I'm going to have a lot of space for vines out there. Full Throttle is a very good one, and so is Chinese. Everybody in here is very good about talking and communicating and supporting each other. I appreciate it a lot. Sunflower, as you can see, we're 6 for 6. I probably need to start trellising these. That one bolted. And then Swiss chard again. Again, just the red ones. If the rest of these don't grow this week, I'm just gonna put the rest of the seeds in. I'm not sure how else to fix it. Usually chard grows by the yard. I've never had this problem with chard before. Chard and kale, I can usually get to grow like absolute weeds. And then one of the tomato pot kits, I think I did 2 seeds for each of this one. Because tomatoes do well or they don't do well, out here at least. There are some years I will get hundreds of tomatoes off of a plant, and then there are other years it just it grows, it flowers, and then it moves on. The one I'm kind of sad about is this last one is watermelon. I love watermelon. Normally I have no problems, but I'm just not getting any of them. Is this my cherry? Gerontimus flex. She just realized I had the plants out. What do you got there? That's not for you. Titus, Titus and Neville, Jerry, Debbie, Dr. Prager, Professor Farnsworth. I know, but you can't eat it. You can't eat it. It's not for you. That's too much sugar. That's too much. What did you guys get into? You need to leave that alone. I know. It's so sweet. So candy. Yeah, yeah. Delmore is on him right there. Get off the counter. You do not belong on the counter. You have water down there. No, 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 no. We're not playing. No. Well, I think it's probably gonna be safe to say this guy's not gonna make it. Caroline's still in lockup. She's still being very mean to Tommy, so until we learn to get along. Yeah. Fun fact. No. I like using chopsticks for this because they will eventually degrade, and then you can just leave it in there. Use it to bulk up your salon. Oh, I think it's already gone. And it's so shaky. Still try, but I promise. Take the weight off, give it a moment, give it some support. So poor Uncle Bob, he was up with me until like 1 this morning because he had made the comment that, or somebody had come asking for me to do a super chat in their channel, and I was like, it's, I don't have a budget, I have no money. It's like, I can't even get super chats. And he was like, what? He was like, there's no way. And I told him, I was like, even with the update that it processed yesterday morning, so Sunday morning, it still shows me at less than 2,100 total hours. And so we went through my videos. The only stuff that's privated is, I think it's about 20 hours worth of stuff that would have counted in the last year. And then we went through like he 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 had me send him a lot of screenshots, and he was like, I don't understand. I should be at 4,800 hours right now outside of shorts, but I don't have it for whatever reason. Yes, got it. This is absolutely a team effort for all of us. Yeah, I know. It's one of the people from India, but the people in India are the number one consumers of my lives. So, you gotta play the game right. Uncle is so amazing. I I don't know. I think still be spinning this morning if he had not sat down and tried to look at it with me. At least someone else is seeing what I'm seeing. Um, and I mean, it's not like I've gotten any emails that I've gotten I don't have no strikes. I don't have any removals. I did have one that had so many copyright claims that um, they just shut it down. It is still allowed to be it up, and I can still download it, but it can't be played until I go through and correct each of the claims. But as of right now, that's one of the 20 hours that's um, not showing up. Tommy, come here. It's okay, my baby. I got you. Let me hold you. This is my fragile little boy. He's my little emo kid. He's the one that almost starved to death when we came back last week. They hadn't changed any water, and he's very particular about his consumption. And he took one look at the water and just stopped drinking probably the second day. And then he wasn't eating because they were locked out of the room. So I think he was drinking out of the fish tank and just eating whatever he could find on the floor. He's looking so much better, don't you think? He's at least not fluffed out. He looks like he's filling out. And his eyes aren't near as dark anymore. And they move now. And we're flying again. Yeah. But he's the one that, if any of them have autism, it's him. He does not like change. He likes routine. He likes very particular, certain, um, what do you call it? Structures when you eat, not flavors. Oh, it starts with an S, but I can't think of what it is. But he does not like crunchy stuff to be soft. He does not like soft stuff to be crunchy. If he knows it's supposed to be salty, he wants it salty. He'll always take anything sweet. That's the one exception. But he basically now eats and just goes back to sleep. And I don't mind holding him because then I can keep him warm and he can have less taxing on his metabolism. Okay, yeah, for sure. Is it the one on your channel? Okay. Yeah, I always have that weird delay. I I, I swear it's a full minute. Oh, no, no. It's 4,700. What it, yeah, but it's almost 4,800 hours that it's somehow gotten down to less than 2,100, including this stuff from this weekend. And Uncle Bob was kind of working th me through what he had for. was doing on Chick's channel, and then hit somebody else's channel that he was helping with. That's what my Earn tab says. It says less than 2,100, but the overall full watch hours, not including shorts, um, full watch hours, not including shorts, in the last 365 is 4,800. Yeah, no, I know, but I can't figure out what I'm doing differently than other people are doing. Yes, that's what I'm saying. We're saying the same thing, but what I'm saying is I don't know why what I'm doing is different than what someone else is doing. Okay. And it's just the email on your channel? Okay. That's all we can do. Try to connect and get it going, right? Thank you. I appreciate the offer. I mean, I'll crawl there one way or another, but I'm getting maybe 30 minutes a day at this rate, this effective rate, because, well, I guess it's more than 30 minutes because I picked up 200 hours last week. Yeah, it's just, I look at all these channels that have static and stolen images that nobody's there. I see people who they don't even have an image. It's just their little icon, no anything. And I've watched them all get monetized before me. Well, I know they're getting monetized because you can see memberships, you can see super chats. So they're at least getting partial, if not full monetization. So I can't even meet whatever the stolen static image of no, no change, no looping video, no living creature, no audio, just nothing. I can't even meet that standard. But I'm not sure why. But it all happened that same day with CE. It happened right after that. Oh yeah, I mean it's got to be held up by bots, and there are probably people buying memberships from themselves. I don't doubt it'll catch up to them, but I feel like what I'm doing is more valid than that. Like you can at least, even at night, hear people walking around and stuff. So I don't know. You can hear the filters in the fountain. Oh, baby. It's okay, Cornelia. Are you thirsty? Want some drinky drinky? Drink, drink. Yeah. Hey, Odom. Good morning. How was your weekend? I'm currently being used as a parrot chair. I was gonna try to re transplant some of these, but I don't want to disturb him. Okay, okay. Oh, no touches. I no touches. Do you want to do scoops? Is that easier for you? Yeah. He prefers it being scooped because then he doesn't have to lean. He can just flop over. Yeah, he's my little feeling boy. He's the only bird my vet has diagnosed with depression. We've been through antibacterial, what do you call it? Antibiotics, antifungals, antivirals, um, anti-inflammatories, anti-nausea, just all kinds of stuff. He just all of a sudden gets in his feels and he doesn't want to eat, doesn't want to drink. But then he comes back, not 100%. This is not going to be the decades long relationship I want, but we'll make the most of it. Yeah, he's my baby. He's 4 years old this year. Let me switch the camera around so you can see him. And he still has his little uh, baby duck quacks. He's the only adult that kept his. Here, you wanna look this way? You wanna play with that stick? What you wanna do? You really shouldn't pet them on their wings, but he's so sensitive anymore. That's really the only place he wants to be touched. Yo, Tweety, if you watch Chaito's stuff and help her get up at 1,000, she's gonna do like a live singing event. She said that they already have all the lights and stuff picked out. They just gotta get the milestone to get it out. So she's a pretty good singer. And I don't know if you're into like Mexican music, but she does a lot of, um, I'd say Mexican American music. It's not really Mexican music. And I say that coming from New Mexico, where I hear all the time, what we have here is not the same. Because she's next door in Texas. You are, though. I know you were nervous, but I think you did really good. I don't say that just to say it. I try to be pretty honest. Do you already have your set list picked out for the 1,000? It's okay, it's okay. I know. It's okay. So I got you. Don't worry. She can't see you. 2 seconds. Let me move this so they can see you, baby. You're good boy. It's you, honey. No, that's you. See? There you go. Okay, is that better? Chickens are the same way, right? Where most of their heat exchange is through their legs. That's why they like will pull one leg up when they're cold, or they'll lay on both of their legs when they're freezing. What's everybody got on the docket for today? I still have two Romanian ones, and I only have one rule, and I don't know why it always does twice back to back. You're so hot, baby. Making my hands sweat. Let's do it that way. I should probably change the live title since he's not going to let me do my plants. Holding my baby pen. I know, I know. You're still there. I'm still here. Port to CSV file. Oh, okay. I was just telling JC Calamity what we were going through last night, and I was like, poor man was up with me till 1 a.m. trying to figure out what was going on, and we just couldn't figure it out. If nothing else, I do feel better that I don't, that I'm looking at the same numbers someone else is looking at and being confused why it doesn't transfer over. Especially when you see a lot of these channels that, like you and I were talking about last night, where it's like a static image that they stole off of Google, and there's no music, no talking, no audio, or even worse, where it's just their icon and the same thing. No interaction, nothing. Yeah, I mean, well, I'll crawl there, but I hate asking people to just leave all their devices on when they could be using them or they're trying to do something else. I do feel bad because, like, what the deuce, man? I just don't know what I'm doing differently. And then Tommy crawled in my hand while I was trying to do the plants. Um, we got some good growth going. We'll see what happens. You can see Moses' stuff over there in the back is doing the best. Poor chick, hers got henpecked literally. Um, she had that cluster of 8 right in the center. Are we awake now? All awake? You saw me do this and you said, "You okay? You ready to eat again? Is that what you're doing?" Here. Only 'cause it's you. Can I have one of these? Give him some corn and millet chips. Here you go, baby. That wasn't very much, baby. I don't remember what I was gonna say. Oh, now that he's flown off, um, poor chick, my birds saw her sprouts last week and just went nuts. She had that cluster of 8 originally in the center, and then all of a sudden last week, just a ton of them started popping up, and that looked very delicious. You can see this one. You can see the head is, it's probably gone. And then the stalk, a couple of stalks over here. So they really said no. And the only reason I'm starting soon is because if I'm gonna have problems, because the next step for a lot of these is there's some of the dirt that's finally thawing out there. I want to bring some of the soil back here, get it mixed in with the seed pod soil, and then try to get it just to see if it's going because we don't know what all he ended up doing to the stuff. We know it's more basic than what it's supposed to be. What just happened to my hair tie? There it is. We know it's more basic. We did one of those little strip tests. But it's not supposed to be like so out of whack. But we also haven't been able to do any like watering tests in any of the areas because we can't get the water to run consistently. So when I say getting the bathroom to move forward is a huge thing, it's huge because the entire water system is routed through the house now because of whatever it is he did. So we may end up another year behind where we may have to rip out that bathroom, dig under the slab, and try to get it fixed because the parts, the only parts that I have not laid physical eyes on are below the ground and then behind that cabinet where we were doing the plunger. Oh, I'm sure I think it's going to be an early frost year because isn't this another El Nino year? Last year, I think was La Nina. Warmer than average sea surface temperatures in the equatorial Pacific. Because we just came off a double El Nino. They weren't sure what happened, but for whatever reason, we got hit back to back. It's supposed to be every 3 to 7 years. 23, 24, and then El Nino conditions in 24, 20, 23, 23, 22, 23. And it lasted until April last year. And then I think we're in a La Nina period right now. Or are we still in El Nino? Oh, that only goes to like 3 years though. El Nino this year? Okay, so we're out of El Nino for this part of the season. They're hoping the likelihood of La Nina continuing through the rest of this season will be great. So that'll give me more time to get stuff fixed up there. Hey Payne, how are you? Haven't seen you in a long time. Where is... Oh, there it is. I keep doing that. No, don't sign in. I don't know why you're trying to sign in. I haven't had Dropbox in 6 years. I'll be right back, guys. Okay. Not bad for a mo- Hey, Hen House, how are you? Sorry, I didn't see you before I went potty. Cleaning under the couch. Oh, it feels so good to have it done, but is it raining out there? Yo, did you just throw corn at me, son? Knowles up top. Let's see. Is it gonna turn? What's going on? No? He's I can't tell. What is that? He's, we have our this is very hard to do from this angle. We have our ceiling fan deactivated so that they can use it as the treadmill, and they jump on them and it moves. Although one time, it did kickstart it. They enough of them jumped off of one that it hit it and it activated the motor. That was scary. I feel that pain. I feel it so much. Tickle tickles? What are you doing? Tickle tickle tickles? Jerry? No. Yeah. I'll never need another set of fingernail clippers. I got a 30-year guaranteed set right there. Hey, Happy, how are you? How was everybody's weekend? Devins? Yeah. She's the most Babby of Babbies. I am under the firm belief she's my highest support needs kid. She doesn't seem to learn as much or at the same rate as the others. In Central Texas. I heard you guys were supposed to get hit again this week. Are you guys supposed to get more snow? Or was that just for last week and I'm thinking the date's wrong? What you gonna eat for lunch? Are you live? I haven't checked since I started streaming. My bad music. It's not showing me that you're streaming. Am I just dumb? I could be just dumb. That's very fair. Oh, nope, there it is. Okay. Oh, you little chickens. I love your chickens so much. I can't, like, seeing everybody's chickens, I can't wait. I'm so excited. Um, I took a tour of the property yesterday. Tweet. I took a tour of the property yesterday, to kind of show what we're working with, and you can see the old coop, and I think it doesn't look abandoned enough to have been more than 10 years ago. So I think he was having animals in there up until the end. And but I don't think in good conscience I could coop them up in there. I think the most I could put in there would be three, and then hope the hawks don't get them because I don't have a covered run. Um, but I would rather try to salvage the wood, use it for something ornamental, and then build them a place that, especially since it's on the same side as the breaker box, run a line down and get a small heater or something over there, get a aluminum roof to create a heat sink. Wow, over the 70s already. 68 feels hot after the week of being in the 20s and 30s that we've been. Especially if you're not in a place that where normally snows, that feels freezing, and then when you swing back, it feels intensely hot. But as soon as, it normalizes, it's fine. You okay, baby? Did you take a poop in? You know? Just just don't worry. Just look at me. Look at me. Why does it sound like someone's touching butts in there? Don't be touching butts, guys. I don't need no more parrots. It's gonna be pretty soon. My escape from this place is selling parrot eggs. What are we doing? Do you want to eat your vegetables over here in the sun? I can put your sun. Put you in the sun. And you can be warm. And you can have veggies. Yeah. See? Right there. Boom. I don't think this cheese is good anymore, sir. You're losing it. He likes these baby bells, so I usually give him one of mine because he doesn't like to share. He takes a bite of it, marks it as his, and then he takes it. Yeah, I love him so much. If not chicken, chimpkin. Um, and it's so interesting to watch your guys' stuff and see how truly similar they are. They do I was saying earlier, I think I've noticed like a lot of the heat exchange is through their legs for the chickens. And that's the same thing for these guys. They mostly lay down to conserve heat. Um, but they get a lot of the same look, and I know they're birds, birds are birds, but because they're such different species. I was expecting there to be a much bigger difference. The only thing I can really tell is that chickens are a lot hardier than the parrots, because they're certainly as spunky and they all have their little personalities. It's so cool to watch that. I hope that I am in a position this year to get a coop going before it gets cold because I want to make sure I test everything out before they get down here. But a big part of that is going to be building a greenhouse to be able to take these guys with us, um, because after what happened, I know I can't leave them here. They went over here. Let me show you. I get a battery. I thought this thing was charging, but it didn't charge, and then it just kind of. They're over here. Yeah, Neville. He's so sweet until his brain fritzes out. And then you got Jerry. She's the mama's. The only egg layer we have right now. And she's trying to lay eggs again this year. So that would be Neville spritzing out. He just all of a sudden loses his mind. And I used to think, because we do have hawks in this area, and I thought they were just coming by and hanging out on the telephone wires, but that wasn't true. Sometimes he does it, I think, just to get everybody to move. Tommy loves to eat in the sun. It helps him stay warm, especially since he likes frozen vegetables. And then we got Titus in the front here now. Titus, Neville, Jerry. Yeah. And then now we got Debbie, Dr. Prager, Professor Farnsworth, DP. Let's see if I can get it from this angle and it's less. Is it? Is it? How do I turn the white balance down? Oh, she's gone. But yeah, I used I used to have curtains up here for them to play with them, but the dog doesn't like them. So I put their bird toys up here, so he took the stuff down so their toys can't be out. So now it's just this is their jungle. This is Soleil. Soleil is so great. Sleepiest cat today. Yeah. Her and Delmore, you guys turn 9 this year. Where is that little guy? He's probably out getting chased by the white cat. His mortal enemy and best friend. Hey, parrots! I did not see you earlier. Hold on just a second. What kind of parrots do you have? That looks like a budgie. No, let's see. No, that's a. Oh, he's not a macaw. He's the bigger conure. I know they're not conures, but I always call them the bigger one. I was just joking that breeding season has started because I have three black caps and then three pineapple, although one of them might be a cinnamon. Um, but for the black caps, starts this month, and she was already doing the I want to touch butts. And then for the pineapples, theirs starts next month. So we had to play the 6 months of no eggy, no eggy, no eggy, stop. I know my sugar getting low. I will say one of the things I love about Dollar Tree is all these are 25 cents after Christmas. I know. He heard that crinkle crinkle. He knew what it was. What you doing, baby? Why don't you eat your corn? That's as much junk as you should be eating. You have one little bite. And I know this does not help with the hormonal issues, but he's my little emo kid. He's allowed to do whatever he wants. Oh, okay. Thank Tweety. I'm so sorry. You know what? You probably mentioned it, and I just. You're gonna find a huge overlap between people who like parrots and are good at math. And I cannot tell you what it is. And I know that because when my algorithm takes me into the math section, there's a bunch of us sitting there in the comments with all of our pictures of our birds. But sometimes you just gotta watch a math video. You just gotta. I realize that makes me sound like a bigger nerd than I probably have right to claim, but sometimes you gotta. Let me add you really quick before I forget. And that way I can add you to the list. See if anybody else has gone live. Oh, Colleen went live. Sis. And like, I have so many broken electronics, like, I can't use them all for what I need to. Hey, Chayito, welcome back. I know. I went and clicked on it right away so I could give her my like. As soon as she said it, I was like, I can't believe. Because when I go back to the computer, I try to see if any of the new lives have popped up. That's what I was talking about. I need to go back through and get rid of people that I've subbed to and that are not reciprocating because they're just clogging up my ability to see the people that I want to see. Her chickens are so funny. So if you like birds, parrots, carrots, they both of them have flocks of chickens, and they got like funny videos and everything too. And then also Chicken in the Woods obviously has a lot of chickens. She's got this cool setup that's kind of on a overlook on a cliff with some logs and stuff and a couple of things so that she can feed them off of a hanging situation. But they, which one was I was watching last night when I first got in? It was probably Chicken in the Woods. Yeah, but they all have really good chicken videos. So if you're ever interested in getting chickens as well, you have that. And a lot of the care turns out to be very much the same. It's the temperature tolerance and um, the temperature tolerance, I would say, is much smaller for parrots, and chickens also have a higher tolerance for like microbes and stuff. They're able to tolerate um, like the way chicken coops are kept or not the way parrots can be kept. But I do like watching their stuff. It's funny to watch. And then you use that app that Homestead uses, right, Chick? Happy has a good chicken channel too. I'm sorry, Uncle. I don't want you to go crazy over this. JC said that she's going to tell me why specifically my hours are not valid when other people's are getting counted as valid. Um, so she asked me to email her. If you want, I can copy you on it, and then that way the three of us can have a conversation, and that way you know in case you have a problem with your stuff. You have a great one, Full Throttle. I appreciate you coming. Um, when I start building my queue for tonight and tomorrow, I'll make sure to stop by your channel. You have a good one, and thank you again. Be safe. Are you back? Back again? Who's that? That's you. I'm gonna sit on there, or do you want me to hold you? Is that what we're doing? You don't have to. I can hold you. Okay. This is Tommy. He's full of corn. Thanks again, Throttle. I appreciate you. Okay. Are you thirsty? Do you want your cup, or do you want to drink out of the sink? Oh, no, you see something. What do you see? Tell me when to stop. What you looking at? Beep. what you're looking at. I don't know what you're looking at. That's toothpaste for some reason. You want Fanta? No, we're not doing that. You know what? I'll tell you what. If you can get into it, you can have it. His favorite drink, red drink. He did one time get his beak underneath the tab, and I think if he had actually kept pulling, he could have worked it open. Do you actually want some though? Will you drink it watered down? Here, this is the unhealthy way I keep my parrots. I wonder why he doesn't feel good. We have to be so careful with cans because they can get their beaks stuck inside, which then could cause it to have to get off because they don't have, even though it's a piece of the bone, the beak is directly attached to their skeleton. If they get enough damage to it, the only way to keep them from getting an infection is amputation. So it's all covered. It's all gone. Where did it go? What happened? It's gone. The towel tricks work two directions. Make them sleepier. Also make things disappear. And they'll watch you do it. And every time it's like, whoosh, gone. No idea. Thanks, Happy. I got you in the background too, because I want to, and I did my like, but maybe I didn't drop my comment. Sometimes I hit enter and it doesn't actually go. Oh, you don't have chat on. Okay, never mind. Tweets, feeds. Here, look, look, looky, looky. Here's your water, and it's got red drink in it. It's okay, baby. You're okay. What do you mean beep? What do you mean violation? Here, I'll give you this to chew on because I think that'll tire you out. And then you can go nay. I want you to lay down and go nay. You ate all that vegetable. Now you need to make sleep. No? Okay. Titamus. Neverlindamus. No, Jerry, no! No, Jerry, no! Don't eat any more of them. Why can't you eat your greens? Take a bite. Take a bite. Devins. Hey, that's too much. That's too much. I know you pulled it off. It's yours by divine right. It's too much. Deppy, you want a piece? You want to take your little beak? Okay, we need it then. Try again. Why are we eating off the floor? Sir, what are you eating? Eat the corn out of the bowl, not the stuff you threw on the floor. Damn, bro. No, I thought for sure it was because it's right next to it, but they were going after the kale. She saw it sticking up and just honed right in. Because that's about how big it was when she was picking the other ones. No, 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 no more. No more, sir. Thank you. You can have a little bit because you didn't have any yet. Here. Okay. No, you have corn in your bowl. Don't eat off the floor. I'm gonna have to pick that up. Hold on. Good boy. Don't be mad. I'm gonna touch the murder steak. I've never used the broom on them in violence or anger. I used to try to use it to help grab them off this for them to step up onto. I might as well be taking a knife and plunging it directly into his eye, slow motion. He sees that broom, he's gone. He freaks out. It's okay, baby. I don't know if you can see him on his. There's that little outdoor bird feeder that's Titus. And then next to it is the um, hot air balloon, and he's up on that planter, which I did not water this morning or last night. Whoopsies. I think I'm gonna start doing that at night. Is there a way you can turn off chat after you started the live, or can you only do it before? Because that way people will know if I'm up or not. Although then that kind of nixes the engagement from my Indian uh, subclass subclassification of viewers because they're my primary viewers at night. And weirdly, Africa is the next one. I want to drink out of the water. I'm trying to. Oh my God. He started blaming my grandmother's death 8 years ago. Why he didn't do his taxes last year. Okay. Can I use my hands? Because I gotta get this done. I gotta get this done, Mammy. Back? Yes. Okay. We gotta make this bee plant. Otherwise, it ain't gonna work. Oh, I need the. Oops. Whoops. Okay, here we go. So I'm not having to keep bending over as much. Okay. Oh, actually, I'm gonna put your blanket over here. Blanqueta. You're okay. I know. I wish there was a way after you started the stream that you could. I close the other one on it. Change the orientation. I understand why they don't, but I still want it. I have a Bridgman. These are them. Uh-oh, my headphones are dying. Give me 2 seconds. Let me fix this.
Testing, testing. Can you guys hear anything? Testing, testing. Where the fuck did the... Where did the chat go? Yeah, well, because now it's just... I don't even know what it's doing. It's just closing random things. I don't know why certain things are just... I mean, it was on, and then it turned itself off. It, like, is not a thing on here anymore. Like, it does not exist as a device at all. And now I can't hear out of it either. There's no sound coming out of it. There's no... I have no idea why it would just... And especially for it to still say it's headphones, it's not a microphone, and then you can't hear anything out of it. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. And now it's not even discoverable. Can I hear me? Can I hear me? Nope. Is it still muted? And like it was working. Like all of it was working up until this moment. It just stopped. And I don't understand it. Volume is really low. Okay, hold on. What about now? Can you hear it now? See, I don't hear anything. I don't hear anything at all coming out of this computer again. Okay, you know what? I think do you hear it now? It's on. And this one is working, so why? All right. I think we should probably end it here before I get too frustrated.